Hey everyone, happy Thursday. Back in here for Training Thursday. Don't do it every Thursday, but there are certain months when I'm not doing like a regular challenge that we kind of just go in live every Thursday to talk about a specific topic. So for those who are new to me, my name is Brianna Wilkerson. I am a holistic health coach. I'm really helping women, and I realize this, really helping women from in their 40s and up. Find peace with food, feel confident in their bodies again, and develop a healthy lifestyle that's more than just about their weight. Obviously, I work with women in all ages and walks of life, but primarily the women that I work with are in their 40s and above. And I just find that those women are just ready to kind of ditch the dieting cycle, ready to really be healthy and ready to make it more than just about their weight. And often the way to do that is to find peace with food, to really break through emotional eating struggles, find food freedom, stop labeling certain foods as good or bad, but also feel confident in their bodies because their bodies are different at 40 and above and post kids and just in general than it was at 20s. And then also develop a healthy lifestyle and habits that are not just about getting to a certain weight, okay? And so I am so excited for the work that I do, and I'm just excited to jump in today to talk about two healthy habits in particular, but focusing on one and around sleep. So yes, I'd help women with the mindset portion around food and their bodies and so forth, but also healthy habits and really creating healthy habits that support their life, but that support their body so that they can feel the best in their skin. And one of the things that can really support our bodies in all ages and walks of life is sleep. Now, I'm going to be very honest and talk about how, when I did this title on how to go from sleep deprived to well rested, I'm like, well, I'm actually kind of sleep deprived in this season of life with a 1-year-old traveling. Just her sleep schedule's just been a little bit off. But in the last few weeks, I have figured out simple, small ways to get well rested. And obviously, as her primary care person, my schedule is a little bit flexible, but I think there are certain lessons that I've learned along the way that can really support you and be beneficial to you as well, okay? And so, I was going to go into the importance of sleep, what happens in the body, but I don't really need to do that. I think we all know how important sleep is and how crucial it is for our body. So stress, which is what we've also been talking about this week, is where our body goes into this fight or flight response, our sympathetic nervous system, and releases a bunch of different hormones, say, deal with this situation. We're all more chronically stressed, so our body and mind is really working on overdrive with these hormones, cortisol, adrenaline, all of these other ones, insulin. Now, sleep is actually one of the best ways to combat stress because sleep allows your body to release more of those hormones around melatonin and serotonin, just calming more hormones. And particularly if you're 40 and above, progesterone is kind of decreasing, which is also a keep calm hormone. And sleep, stress, everything in your body is a hormone game, which we talked about last week. But really, the benefits of sleeping are so amazing. Your mind is clear, less brain fog. Your hormones around insulin and cortisol and leptin and ghrelin and managing your weight and thyroids and all that sort of stuff are way more balanced. Brain cognition is higher, your skin looks better, you have more energy and all of these things. And so it's just really important for us to get more sleep, and we all know that. But there are a lot of roadblocks. I talked about roadblocks to exercise, roadblocks to everything. And one of the roadblocks, particularly now, is particularly if you are busy during the day, whether with a kid, whether with work, whether whatever. Nighttime is just a time for you to relax. It's a time for you to have some quote unquote me time. But one of the best things to do and really care for yourself is to recognize that me time can mean sleep and should mean sleep. Because when you are more well rested, you can get up earlier for me time, or you can just feel better throughout the day to kind of have more me time later. So that's definitely one of the lessons I've learned. But the three main lessons I've learned around going from sleep deprived to well rested is that I actually have more control over my sleep than I realized. So, I am in this season of life with small kid, and schedule is kind of a little bit dictated by their schedule. And I think it's very common to have, I don't want to say a victim mentality, but common to just have a fixed mindset that like, I'm just never going to sleep. Life is busy. My child is like this and this like this. But there are things that I can do to get more rest. For example, having to reframe the mindset that me time can mean and should mean sleep and rest. And so though, let's say for example, she goes to bed at 8:30 or tries to go to bed at 8:30 or now I need to recognize like I really should only give myself 30 minutes to an hour afterwards to be up. I just need to go to sleep because I'm just giving myself more allotted time to get sleep, because guess what, sometimes it takes a while to fall asleep, right? And so I do have more control over that. And honestly, on vacation right now. So, well, you know what that means. When she naps, I should nap. And I know people say that all the time. Can't do that all the time because I need to work or do some other things. But those are just some examples of I just really have learned that I actually have more control over my sleep than I think. I just need to see where are the pockets, where are the places that I can get more rest throughout my day, throughout my week, than I realized. For you, if you're still working full time, you have kids and stuff like that, just really asking yourself, like, are there moments, are there days where you actually can get more sleep, but you're just allowing yourself to be busy? You're trying to clean your house, you're trying to watch a show. It's like, okay, that's great. Those things need to happen. You need to unwind. But one of the best loving things you can do for yourself and for your health is that sleep. So where do you have more control over your sleep that you're not recognizing? Okay, 2, you just need to give yourself permission to sleep. I wrote a post about this very early on in my business because I just think as women, we're caregiving. There's so many things that we have on our plate, especially if you're working, especially if you're caring for kids. There's just a lot of things to do that sometimes it feels like you just don't have that time, that it is irresponsible to sleep. You need to just break that belief right now. Because if you are not well rested, your health is going to suffer, your mind is going to suffer, your emotion is going to suffer, and everything else will suffer. I have told, she's fighting her nap right now, so I'll go deal with that after. But I sometimes say to my daughter, she does not cannot understand, but sometimes I say to her, one day you're going to wish that you could sleep as much as you or should or are allowed to right now, right? But no, at the same time, I want to tell her, listen, you should give yourself permission to sleep no matter what age you are. Because back in the day, light and night dictated our sleep. When it was night, you only have a little kerosene lamp. It can only last so long. You go to sleep. You go to sleep when the sun sets. You wake up when the sun rises. And you got way more sleep. But because of the invention of light and because of our addiction to getting things done and productivity, we are sleeping less. And our health is suffering. There is a correlation between our health and the decline of our health and lack of sleep. So you need to just give yourself permission to sleep. The next thing is I learned, 1, I have more control over my sleep than I realized. 2, I need to give myself permission to sleep. But 3, I need to ask myself, am I creating an environment where sleep can thrive? Am I on technology a lot before night time? Am I watching a very stressful action-packed show than trying to go to sleep, which I love action-packed shows, and those are the shows I watch. Am I really emptying my mind or expressing more gratitude to really kind of allow myself and my mind, my heart, and my soul to enter into a very peaceful and restful state? We do this with kids. They have a wind down time. Why are we not winding down? And so where in your sleep routine do you need a little bit of tweaks? Is it like cutting out technology a certain amount of time before bed? I have my phone. My phone winds down an hour before I want to make sure I'm actually sleeping, goes on do not disturb mode. But I should probably also not deal with it. A lot of stuff that we do is on our phone. That's not a bad thing, but can you reduce the lighting? Can you make sure you're not getting any notifications? When you're done, can you put it out your room? Can you create a dark environment? Can you have some tea, journal, gratitude? Just where do you need to tweak your sleep routine? So those are the 3 lessons I've learned. That 1, I have more control over my sleep than I realized, and I can get more quality sleep throughout my day. and week. And 2, I need to give myself permission to sleep and just realize work and stuff will always be there, sleep will not. And 3, I need to adjust my sleep routine in certain seasons to make sure that I'm creating an environment for my mind, my body, and my soul that will welcome sleep when I am ready to sleep, okay? So I would love to hear from you which lesson really stood out to you, but which one of those 3 do you need to work on? Do you need to realize and just have a mindset shift that you have more control over your sleep than you think? Do you need to just give yourself permission to sleep? And then 2, do you need to just adjust your sleep routine a little bit? Would love to hear from you about this because, again, ladies, sleep is so important to your overall well-being. But yes, sometimes there are extenuating circumstances that make it harder, but there are things that are in our control. All right. And if you are like, Brianna, I've tried this. This is one of the healthy habits that I struggle with amongst other ones. I'm just ready to support you. I have a couple more one-on-one spots. Calls are getting booked. They're filling up. So I would love to have you be one of those one-on-one spots to really support you in these healthy habits that really, I'm telling you, when you work on these healthy habits, 2 minutes at a time a day, small little increments, they compound over time and they create lasting results in your health, your weight, whatever your goals are. I was just talking about a client about this yesterday. Okay, so book a clarity call. Go to madewell345.com/clarity, madewell345.com/clarity. Just find a time on my calendar in the next few weeks and we can just chat about where you're at, where you want to be with sleep and other healthy habits and mindset and how I can support you. All right? Have a beautiful, beautiful Thursday and I'll talk to you later.